Right now, hurricane hunters are flying through a disturbance in the Gulf. The system is forecast to become a hurricane and could impact the southeast Texas coast this week. We have live team coverage beginning with meteorologist Kim Castro in for Pat tonight. So Kim, what's the very latest?
Yeah, we're watching what is potential tropical cyclone 6. So this is expected to get the designation Francine here as we move into this coming work week. The time frame we need to be mindful of: Tuesday through Thursday, and I think most of the impacts peak on Wednesday. We could be looking at some heavy rain, so you need to watch this forecast closely each and every day. So because the National Hurricane Center has designated this potential tropical cyclone 6, meaning they have certainty that this will develop not just into a tropical storm in the short term, but potentially even into a hurricane. Already it has those maximum sustained wind speeds that would push it into tropical storm criteria. However, there isn't enough organization yet to push this into a tropical storm for now. However, once it gets closer towards the Gulf Coast, that's when the National Hurricane Center predicts it will intensify into a Category 1 hurricane. The time frame on this still up for debate. Again, once this storm does form, that's when we'll have a better understanding as to where it'll track and how quickly it'll get there. But for the time being, these are the areas that need to monitor the forecast closely. Notice who's included in that: Houston, Galveston, our entire coastline stretching into Lake Charles. Now, the two possible scenarios that I'm looking at, if this tracks a little bit further towards the east, that's better for us. First of all, we would be on the cleaner side of the storm, the left side of the storm, and most of the impacts would push into Louisiana. However, because we're in the cone of uncertainty, if this shifts a little bit further west, we would be getting those substantial impacts. So for that reason, watching what this system does come Tuesday, especially into Wednesday, will dictate how much of that heavy rain falls over us and how much of that heavy rain gets pushed elsewhere. Scenario 1 would bring us minimal impacts, so 2 to 4 inches for the coastline. This is scenario 2, so this is the more favorable scenario, and then maybe half an inch to an inch of rain in Harris County. Now, another scenario, another possibility, which would shift this a little bit further west, would bring some widespread heavy rain impacts. So this wouldn't just be coastal erosion, this wouldn't just be coastal storm surge, this could potentially be inland flooding. So that's why I say that what happens over the next day or two is going to have a big bearing on a lot of Texans, Marcelino, and that's why I need you to stay with me here over the next few days to watch this system develop.
A lot to talk about, Kim. Thanks so much.